When will we have this whole team together again? I have returned from Europe. I'm alive. Despite all the things that have been happening over there, I know people have been obsessively hoping I was okay. I'm fine. Don't panic. And Sam was in, I guess, Baltimore last night. I'm guessing doing some of his wrestling stuff. Don't you hate when people are dismissive of shit you're doing? When you're doing something that you like doing, like, oh, he's doing his little wrestling thing. So I'm guessing he'll be back. He'll be back shortly. His train got in at probably 7:30, 7:45. Is that correct, Travis?
Something like that, yeah.
All right, Travis is in the other room. Travis is getting a whole lot of hype on Twitter. Yeah, people missing you. No one seems to miss me.
I
no
think
one
they just miss the
Sam.
memes.
What's that?
They just miss the memes.
You don't think it's you personally?
No. No, it's the ability to say woof woof on Twitter.
Do you think they like saying woof woof?
I think they love it.
Yeah, Eric Dassey is a big fan of making Travis Teft memes. Wow, what a week to be off.
It's not a nice profile photo that he has.
No, it's really not. It's very degrading. We're going to have to ask Eric Dassey to change that because it makes one of our ex-coworkers.
And still friend.
And still dear friend appear to be a fat, dumpy murderer. So we'd prefer that you change that, Eric Dassey, to something else. I'm watching another documentary, by the way, on Netflix. And I think Sam may have interviewed Ryan White.
No, we were going to, but that got rescheduled or something.
Oh, okay. I'm watching that. It's very good. The Keepers, I think it's called, about that nun that was killed in Baltimore. So really, really good. We have a good show today, hopefully. Sam will be here shortly. Kevin Hart's coming in at 9:30, and I'm reading his book. And I'll be honest with you. I read 150 pages of his book on the flight over. Flying to Europe, I left. My last show was a week ago, Wednesday, and then Sam was going to do Thursday, and we were off Friday. So I left Wednesday to fly into Norway, and I flew on Lufthansa, and they fly me business class. That's the deal that you get when you go over there. But there was no business available because they screwed up and didn't book the flight. So they wound up putting me in a first-class seat on Lufthansa for the same price. I don't know how their travel agent got the deal, but that's why I was tweeting those photos.
I wouldn't really call it a seat.
Did you see how big it was?
Yeah, it's like my apartment.
It was a small area. Well, that was the bathroom.
Oh, good.
Did you see the bathroom videos I was tweeting?
I did, yeah. I thought that was just the whole thing.
Very, very large. No, that was the first-class bathroom. And I don't know how the travel agent did it. I think they panicked because they screwed up and forgot to book my ticket.
Wait, was that your personal bathroom or just the first-class bathroom?
First-class bathroom.
Okay.
You do have your own closet. Lufthansa was amazing. When I got on this plane, and you walk in, they're like, here's your personal closet. I'm like, trust me, I've got one already. But you hang I had to hang my Black Sabbath hoodie in my personal closet. I had to hang something
that needs to be. Oh, okay, yeah. I was going to say that needs to be hung.
It does need to be hung.
Right.
And I did it just to have something hanging in my personal closet. And you put your little luggage in there, and they bring you some refreshing, like peppermint water. It really is. It's probably the best experience I've ever had.
A nice rose in a vase.
A rose in a vase. They bring you salmon tartare. I do it. It was one of the most amazing travel experiences I've ever had. And I'll talk more about it as the days go on. But I have to say, and I credited him while I was there, fucking Bill Burr. I thank Bill Burr publicly. I've been thanking him all week in Europe. I was wrong. I was an asshole, and I was stupid to not want to go to Europe. They could not have been nicer over there. The people over there could not have been more ingratiating and warmer. They were absolutely, might I say, delightful. It was such a good trip. I had such a great time over there. The only part I didn't like about it, and again, I'll get into all the places I went to as the week goes on. I'm not going to talk about all of it now. I landed in Norway. Or I actually went through Frankfurt, Germany, and then landed in Norway. You show your passport in Frankfurt. When I was making my connecting flight, I showed my passport to the guy briefly. Like you walk in and there's these German cops look at it before you go into this other area of the airport to connect through Frankfurt. You show the guy your passport. He looks at it for a second. Where are you going? A bunch of countries. Okay. He hands me back my passport. I don't have to show ID in any airport until I'm returning home through Amsterdam. I couldn't fucking believe not one flight do you show ID. You literally just go from air. I mean, I understand the European Union, you don't have to show your passports. No ID. So, I mean, I think what they have over there is a pretty interesting way of living. They don't panic with travel. There's no tension in the airports. There's no stress. It's a little bit too loose because if you're on a watch list for something, you could just be traveling under someone else's name and no one there would know it. I don't know how they stop that from happening. Have you been to Europe?
No, not yet. I've been to Germany once. That's about it.
I don't know how they stop that from happening. How do they stop people from traveling under somebody else's name, unless they randomly check? But when I was going from, was it Oslo to, I think it was Oslo to Copenhagen. I did my gig. I walked around for a day. It was beautiful. Just a lovely city. I met a friend there. We hung out, walked around, had delightful little cafe meals. I really lived the life of a gentlemanly tourist. And I fly into Copenhagen, and you get off the plane, I'm looking for customs. I'm expecting it to be this whole thing. I'm like, what the fuck is, so I asked, they show, you see the customs arrow. So I'm like, this is customs. I see like 3 cops. I'm like, oh, fuck. I went down the wrong hallway. I'm in this heavy security area. So I'm like, where's customs? And the guy's like, where are you coming from? And I'm like, Oslo. And he goes, what are you doing here? I said, I'm doing some comedy shows. And he goes, is it going to be a big show? I said, probably not. And he went, okay. And he laughed. He let me go through. He didn't even look at my passport. That's the only check I had in all of Europe.
You're just used to all this, like, post 9/11, like, ultra security.
Even pre 9/11, there was some.
Yeah, but I mean, before 9/11, you could still go to the gate with somebody.
That's true.
Now that's unheard of.
You could. I remember meeting my parents at the gate of a Continental flight in the mid-'90s. And I was using the lavatory in Newark Airport, and some guy with a beard was trying to look at my penis.
Sorry.
That's right, it was you, Trev. And then I went outside and smoked a cigarette. It was really uncomfortable. But that's the last time I ever met somebody at the gate. But in Europe, there's no fucking airport security at all. I mean, you go through your security with your bags, and they're kind of dicks about the stuff in the baggie. Like, you know what I mean? I got stopped a couple times because I didn't have all my liquids in a fucking clear plastic bag. Maybe that's how they get around all this, security.
We have to do that too.
Yeah, but I never do. I never put my shit in a plastic bag. I never get stopped for it either.
Aren't they talking about banning laptops in European flights?
Yeah,
certain ones, yeah.
I've heard that they're trying to make it all European flights into the U.S.
All into the U.S.
Yeah.
Even if you're an American?
Yeah.
So you can't bring your laptop if you go to Europe?
No, you can. It just has to be in. It can't be in your carry-on. It has to be checked.
God, it sucks.
Yeah.
I've never checked luggage.
Never?
Never check luggage.
You went to Europe for a week and
with one carry-on.
That's awesome.
Fucking, I wore the same pair of underwear 4 days in a row.
Good for you.
I don't care. I brought 4 pairs of pants, a pair of shoes, all my shirts. I don't travel. I travel light. I never, ever, ever check luggage. If I had to go away for a long period of time, maybe. But I was gone for over a week. I wound up staying for an extra day in Europe. I wound up staying the day after my Amsterdam gig, just so I could explore the city.
And I guess a man of your nature can just buy clothes while he's there.
I didn't buy any clothes.
But
I
if you
did not.
needed to.
I mean, if I needed to, sure, we could
You have
all
the
buy a
means
shirt.
to do that.
I didn't want to, and I didn't have to. And I wound up going to, here comes Sam. I wound up going to Antwerp, Belgium. You know what Europe is like? Europe is like being in a miniature train set. It's like there's all these places that have like these old, they look like the houses and the buildings that were in train sets when you were a kid. So it was quite a lovely experience. We're covering my Europe trip. Nice haircut. Welcome back.
Thank you. Well,
And-
welcome back to you.
I'm talking about being in just basically the travel over there and how there's no security. Like there's security, but there's no, you don't show your ID anywhere.
From train to train, or you don't? You
From
mean
plane to plane.
Really? In
You
the
don't show
airports?
any ID. You show it only when you get in through the coming into the European Union from Frankfurt. I didn't show it any time for the rest of my trip until I was coming home through Amsterdam.
Wow.
It was really amazing that you go to airports and they just you check in with this. It's a barcode scan. Every airport's like boop. You just scan yourself in. You walk in. It's a bit of a clusterfuck getting on the planes over there. It's a bit of a stampede. 'Cause
Yeah.
They're speaking in fucking in Danish or in whatever in Swedish or
Which
whatever.
probably makes sense to a lot of people there.
Yeah, it just didn't make sense to me.
Right, I wouldn't have understood either.
As the American, they do English second. But they couldn't have been nicer. I was wrong about Europe. I'm saying it now. I was 100% wrong.
The audiences, you mean, or the people?
All of them.
Yeah.
Were very, very nice. The audiences were great. They said I had decent-sized crowds. They weren't sold out, but they said this is pretty good considering it was your first time there. This is the way you build the audience. So the whole experience was awesome.
I did notice one that you posted. I couldn't tell if it was a video of your show or if it was a video of a literal dumpster fire.
That was in Oslo, Norway.
Oh, yeah.
That was that was the night before my show. And I was outside my hotel. And I was standing there with let's just say a friend. Let's just say a friend.
Yeah, don't ask any questions, guys.
Let's just say a friend. And we're standing there and she's smoking. And all of a sudden, this is across from us.
I'll bet she was smoking.
Oh, you want to know.
Like the mask.
Yeah.
Smoking.
She was lovely.
Oh,
And having a cigarette. We were nowhere near that with the.
You know why? You know why I bet she was having a cigarette? You know when people smoke cigarettes after a little you know what?
Yeah.
Huh?
No, what?
Okay. Nah, go ahead. Go ahead with
What?
that. Yeah, don't even worry about it. Don't.
After laughter.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
After laughter.
Yep.
So we're standing there, and I just look over, and it was like a little fire bubbling over, and then a minute later, it's a fucking 4-alarm fire. I don't know what's in that dumpster, but they're doing some renovations in the hotel, maybe. But I don't know. It was horrifying.
And there was like flammable, like
Whatever it was, burned immediately.
Well, thank God it was in the dumpster and not in the hotel
I
anymore.
know. I know. And that was the big to-do in Norway, in Oslo. It's a very small place. You know. We had, again, it was a fun time. And then from there, I went to Copenhagen. I almost canceled Copenhagen because that show wasn't selling very well. No, I went to Stockholm next, and then the fucking sheets were itchy in the hotel. Don't get me started.
Oh, I know you don't like that.
I left a day early. For Stockholm. I was supposed to stay an extra day on my day off and explore Stockholm, and the sheets were so itchy. I'm like, get me to Denmark.
You left a country because the sheets were so itchy?
Yeah, well, I had to go to Denmark anyway, and honestly, I wanted to be in. I don't want to wake up and fly, so I'm like, if I can fly on an off day and get to the country and then wake up in the country to do my gig, it's better for me travel-wise.
Plus, you thought to yourself, this could be an issue with the hotel or a countrywide epidemic. The itchy sheets, that is.
Well,
So I better err on the side of caution on this one and just leave altogether.
I knew what it was. No, this was in Stockholm, which was a phenomenal city, but this is a boutique hotel, and in those boutique hotels, they think it has to look like fucking like Hitler's bunker as far as the crispness of the sheets. So I flew to what I said, not Denmark, Denmark, and the hotel is an old hotel, and I get in there, and the room is very fucking small, unacceptably small.
Oh.
But then I'm like, I see the radiators. I'm like, where's the air conditioning? And I see the windows open.
Oh,
so I
no.
call down. I'm like, where's the air conditioning? And they said, no, this is an old hotel. There's no air conditioning.
The wealthy American called to the front desk and said, "Sir, there must be a mistake. Where is your indoor thermostat?"
No, the American who's used to air conditioning.
You don't have to be big on air conditioning over there?
Yeah, apparently not. You don't have to be a wealthy American because everything's old. They make it look like it's this European culture thing. No, everything's old. Beautiful, but old. I said it's like being on a train. It's like being in the set of a fucking miniature train set. That's what Europe is like. The houses are all pointed brick top. I took photos in Belgium that were stunning. Their shopping, like the outdoor shopping areas, are stunning. But I went down. I'm like, this is not acceptable. So I called my promoter, and I'm like, look, I will pay. I don't want him to pay any extra money. I don't have banged out, sold out shows. I'll pay the fucking money. Just find me a new hotel. I'll pay any difference in fee. I don't want him to lose $1. So I switched to a lovely hotel.
Much better.
Just with air conditioning.
Yeah, yeah.
It's all I wanted. I upgraded myself to a better room. I paid it.
Question on everybody's mind: how were the sheets?
Fine. The air conditioning in the second hotel, tepid at best.
Oh no.
Not great, but still nice. Food was amazing in Denmark. Food okay in Norway.
Just room temperature air billowing out of the AC
That
unit.
was pretty much it. And I called downstairs to the maintenance people, and they said this is the best we have in the hotel. I'm like, okay. I didn't make a big deal of it.
You should really do Yelp reviews.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yes.
I wanted to
must
start.
say, like he'd be
Crisp
those
sheets.
He'd be those ones where you click it and it goes read more, and you go, okay, what is another sentence or two, and it just fills up your entire phone. Like what? Who would write this much?
I wanted to start a website. I wanted to do this 15 years ago because I was so mad at the airlines. I wanted to start a blog where I was making fun of the bad service I got because at least you're getting something out of it. And I don't know why I've never done that because it would relieve a lot of tension and even like good reviews. I would love to review things well. So I might start reviewing things. It'd be fun to just write about things. And you can also blast the ones that suck.
Yeah.
And Lufthansa, I talked about when it came in, they upgraded me to, they flew me first going over there because they did not have any, they fucked up and didn't book my business. So I think the travel agency panicked and they just didn't have a flight for me. So they put me through Frankfurt. It was a connecting flight, but it was Lufthansa first class. It's the greatest thing I've ever done in my life.
Did you feel
better than my apartment?
Did you? Oh, was that where those videos were coming from?
That was the bathroom.
Oh, when you decided, I think we talked about it last Thursday on the air. Like the first videos you posted from your trip, when you were, I couldn't even figure out where you were at first, but you said you were in the plane and that you had to use the restroom or something, and then you just started running laps in your first class cabin.
That was the bathroom.
That was just yours.
No, it wasn't just mine. That was the first class cabin bathroom.
That was the bathroom?
That was the bathroom. That wasn't my cabin. That was the bathroom. That's how big
there was jogging space in the bathroom.
Yeah, and there was a urinal in the bathroom. And I told them you had your own closet in first class. You had your own fucking closet space in first class. And yes, I did point out the obvious comment.
So wait, were you doing push-ups in the bathroom?
Yes, that thing where I'm.
Somebody walked in.
I locked the door.
Oh,
no, that was my hotel room. That was my hotel in fucking. That was the hotel in Copenhagen. No, when I was laying on the floor catching a nap.
Yeah,
that was the first class bathroom.
It's just so funny. There are people
lie down on the bathroom.
Yes, I did. That's how bad I wanted to be funny.
It's the first class bathroom too. There are people who like paid a whole bunch of money to sit in first class. They're business people that probably had to piss or shit or whatever. And Jim was making his fun videos.
Did you hear the little sound with it? You get to go back, Troy. It's a very go back to the beginning.
That's gross.
Yeah.
That's gross.
That was a giant. So I had a great time. I had an amazing flight over. So I would have wrote about how fucking perfect this air. The food was great.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It couldn't have been a more amazing trip over there. And again, the little minor things that I didn't love when I was there were minor. There are things that happen when you travel. The audiences were great. I took a lot of photos with people. Everybody was nice. The food was great. The promoter, Barang, who really looks like fucking Amon Gert with his haircut, is a lovely guy. He does everyone's promotion. He does Kevin and Bill. And the whole trip was phenomenal.
You didn't have to change your material or anything?
No, there's a couple of bits that work better here. I think like the thing about Dr. Dow, I'm talking about people being dragged off the planes and how much I enjoy those videos.
Right.
It's not as topical anymore, so I'm changing it. But the idea of that didn't resonate as much with them, like me making fun of him.
Well, because it wasn't as big a story over there?
It was big. No, he got 300 million retweets in China, so it did hit everywhere. They knew every reference, though. They knew Bill O'Reilly. I talked about the idea of sexual harassment and what it. I'm like, do you guys know? They all knew, and they didn't like him.
I guess you forget when those news stories pick up national, it doesn't take much for a national American story to become an international story.
And they knew all the. They knew all the celebrities over there, of course. They knew, and I can't think of any pop culture reference. There's a certain bits that I did that just didn't hit as hard there, but they mean more to people here for some reason. But that was just a cultural thing. So I noticed all of Europe, they liked it, but like the points that would have killed here got a nice laugh there. So that was a little bit of a difference that you adjust to when you're there. Certain things might work better, certain things might not work. But there's the anti-American sentiment I thought existed. I was wrong. The crowds were awesome. I'm going to England. Absolutely. I've been all over my agent. I want to book London maybe August and September.
Wow.
Or September. I want to go over for a week. And I avoided London this time because I want to do 4 shows. A lot of Jim and Sam fans. Opie and Anthony, of course.
Yeah.
A lot of people stayed through Opie and Jim Jim and Sam now. A lot of radio show fans. They get it on the...
on YouTube and stuff?
On YouTube.
That's awesome.
So they were legit fans of Tef Dog, and they understand the fucking... And they're all Chip fans. By the way, new podcast up now. I forgot.
Yeah.
Chip podcast is up. So they're all fans of the Chip podcast. It was an amazing trip, dude. I'm mad I waited so long.
Did you catch yourself? Because how long were you in Europe total?
I was in Europe. I went a week ago Wednesday. I flew into Oslo, Norway.
Yeah.
And I stayed an extra day.
Ooh.
I stayed an extra day in Amsterdam. With I have a friend there, and we stayed.
You got all kinds of friends all over the world.
I do.
Huh?
I do. I'm an international motherfucker.
I guess so.
I had a friend meet me there, and we stayed. I did not do. It's funny in Antwerp. Oh, Yoshi was with me. Yoshi was over there.
Oh wow.
Yoshi was over there the whole time with me because he was over there visiting friends. He didn't know I was going to be there, so Yoshi just opened the gigs, and so I hung with Yoshi the whole time. It was fucking great, and me and him we went to the red light district in Antwerp. I had never been to a red light district where you walk around. It was like a 2.5, 3 block.
Weird. Antwerp. Originally, they were going to put that as when they were naming this show. It was going to be called Jim Antwerp.
No,
You don't think
it
so?
would have been Yoshi Antwerp. I'm a twerp.
Oh, I was making fun of me instead of you.
Oh, you mean this show?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah! Let me apologize. Oh, there you go. I think I did the show. Yes, they were. And there's a red light district, and I've never been to one before. You walk through, and it's this red. It's literally the windows have red lights around them, with really hot girls in them, and it was a cool experience. Outdoor urinals. It's like walking into
Outdoor urinals?
Here's how it worked. Picture a question mark. You're walking on the inside of a question mark that's standing. So it was metal.
That was also on the window of all the red light district
on a
places that you hooked up with. Yeah.
Let's just say the couple. There was a question mark, and maybe I went into one for a couple of minutes.
You did?
Just one, and just for a couple of minutes. I was like, let me just see what it's like. And I just did it to do it, and I wasn't. She put a condom on me, and I was like, I don't want to do anything with her.
Yeah, this isn't fun anymore.
No, I didn't do anything. I literally didn't do anything.
So what do you do? She puts a condom on you, and
I
you're
just
like,
stopped.
nah.
I was like, nah. I kind of wanted to just walk in, and you know what I mean. I paid for whatever. I didn't care about that when I was there.
I guess, but once your pants are off, I don't
I know,
understand
but I wasn't
how you
horny.
like.
I wasn't horny. I wasn't in the mood for sex. I just kind of wanted to just experience that because it's legal.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I wasn't turned on by it, and I didn't really feel like doing it. And I didn't do it at all in Amsterdam. I didn't even look at the red light district in Amsterdam.
Wow.
I was in Amsterdam for fucking 2 days, and I didn't look at the red light district once.
That's crazy.
I know. I just didn't have any desire to. I don't know why.
So
I
she
didn't.
put a condom on you, or she tried to?
She tried to. She started to, and I was like, she didn't speak English, but I was like more like, nah. I was just kind of coming in to do it and then
Like,
leave.
smack her hand out of the way?
No,
Stop that.
no. I
Stop
just said, no. I'm good. I was like, I was okay with not doing anything.
So then what'd you do?
I just looked around the room a little bit and left. It was
With
literally.
your pants on or off?
With by his ankles.
I put them in my
He just
fucking.
like shuffled around the room.
I put them in my little teeny. Someone once said a limp penis looks like a stack of dimes. Whatever comedian first said that, that's what my dick looked like, a stack of dimes. So I put my pants back on and I just left. I was there just to walk around.
Right.
And I walked in once because this one girl, I kept walking around and she kept waving me in and she was like, ugh, she was kind of hot. But I more wanted this just to walk in the room experience and not anything else. So I didn't
Yeah.
see anybody else. And
Well, I guess because once you're acquiring their services, it's not any different from what happens in America, right? It's just the environment is different. So all you want is the environment,
yeah, maybe.
just to see what it looks like and what
to see what it feels like to
Yeah.
walk. And the police station is right there. And the Antwerp thing is politi, P-O-L, polite or whatever it says. When you're walking through, there's 2 solid blocks of red lights. And then there's a walk-through between 2 of the blocks, like a building, like a mall walk-through. It's like all seedy. It feels seedy but safe. Like little sexy little windows. And then there's a police station in there. Just like a little door and it says police over it. They protect. There's no violence. The girls are all protected, at least from anything happening there. But I didn't know what this setup on that is, man. It's just like, I don't know if people there, if that's like, that whole trafficking thing really does get to me. And I'm like, I can't do this overseas.
Oh, you mean just because it's legal doesn't mean the women that are in these
I
windows
don't
want to
know
be
what,
there?
I don't know what their deal is. And the woman didn't speak English. And I was like, and plus it's just not my thing anymore, really. I know it sounds crazy. And
Yeah.
it's like, I just don't want to do it. So I kind of walked in just to have that moment of walking in and seeing what that's like. But then I was like, I wasn't turned on. I was like, I just didn't want to be dirty, so I left.
Was it awkward
No.
to be like, no, stop
Because I gave her the money. I was like, whatever. No.
What it cost?
Like $50 or 60 euros, whatever it was. I was like, I didn't care. It didn't feel awkward because I wasn't being rejecting. I was just saying, no, I just wanted to look around. I was just kind of telling her, I just wanted to look and see what the room is like and what
She probably thought you were a weirdo.
She wasn't wrong, but when you walk in, you walk straight up this flight of I just didn't know what you
What you do?
what you
What's
do.
the protocol?
What was the protocol? So that was
Took the
Antwerp.
pants off.
I think no, she was
Well,
being
that's the protocol.
she was being aggressive. Like she actually
okay.
undid my pants because she didn't. I was like, no, I just want to look. And she, I think they just want to get it over with. So she put a condom in her mouth and she starts putting it on me. And I'm like, no, I'm just cool.
She's trying to push your limp dick into a condom.
Yeah, but I could have got turned on, but I was like, I just didn't want to do it. Whatever. It was a weird moment. I was more enjoying the walk around experience.
Right.
And I was in Belgium, and I'm like, I don't really want to do this here.
So, and the outdoor urinals. People just piss in an outdoor urinal?
Yeah, but you can't see. It's like you're pissing against. You walk in this metal thing. It's almost like like your face is visible and your feet are visible. And again, from the air, it would almost look like it's like a half of a twisty thing, like a question mark, like where you walk in and you can't be seen from the outside. So you're pissing in privacy against like this metal plate, and there's water flowing down. It's like one of those things where water flows down a wall and you're just pissing into it like that. So this way, you're not pissing against the buildings.
That's awesome.
It is
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah,
Are they everywhere?
no, it was in the red light area.
Oh, okay.
Probably because they know people are going to be drunk, and they're trying to keep the area clean, and they know. But it was more just fun walking around.
Isn't that smart, though? Like, they realize, like, what if we just make prostitution legal? What if we just find a place to piss on the street? Like, what if we just solve these problems that are just going to keep happening anyway, as opposed to, no, we'll just keep punishing people for them?
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't know what the internal workings are there because like, you can't speak English, and I wouldn't have known anyway. But it seemed like it was much cleaner and safer, and everything's condoms, and they say the girls are tested a lot, whatever. But it just I wasn't horny when I was there, really. I was just like, I was like, I would rather have walked around. And the city is an ancient city. I mean, it's it's an old city. So you're taking I'll show you some of the pictures. I should have tweeted them. But like again, you're in this shopping area. Everything's narrow. I know Belgium. The driving's a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, but now you're at the point in your life where you're like, I went into the brothel and I decided, no, I don't want anything to do with this. But I can show you guys all the photos I took of all the buildings and the architecture.
That's not what I was kind of there just to enjoy it. Like I'm walking around and everyone's on a bike and the cars drive up on the sidewalks. It's a really weird, narrow place, Europe. It's fucking narrow, and it's like being in a miniature train set.
I love the internal struggle that goes on with you between like being the filthy person that you always have been and like the normal person that you kind of desperately want to be.
But it didn't feel like a struggle because I was very tired the whole time there. My sleep was very bad because again, you're getting up and flying,
Right.
doing a gig, and then the next day travel. Like it was a lot of moving around. We took a train. Everything ran on time. The only time it was late was we flew into Amsterdam and I took a 1-hour train to Antwerp, Belgium.
Did you find yourself at all slipping into any, like by the end of the trip, since you were there for a while, slipping into any like European customs or anything like that?
No, I can't think of any.
Like kids, for like my little brother used to always like we would go to Kentucky for a week, and by the end of the week, this little idiot had a southern accent.
No.
You know what I mean?
Because you were in different accents every week. I mean, every night. Here's what I didn't like about Europe. No pretzels. That's probably a giant fuck you to Germany because the Germans have like I think create pretzels.
Well, I thought I was about
No one
to
had
add,
pretzels.
Yeah, Germany's in Europe though. There are pretzels in Europe, but not where you were.
None of the places I was in had pretzels.
What about mustard?
Yeah, I had some mustard and no grilled chicken, dude. No, it's harder to eat healthy over there. No fucking grilled chicken.
That's your whole diet. Grilled
I
chicken,
know.
pretzels, and mustard.
The food was
and
very.
pretzels are the treat.
They are the little treat.
Yeah, they're a little treat.
I ate very badly. The food was very good. And Amsterdam, we flew in. My buddy Tom Rhodes, who's a very funny comedian. He might be in the States now, but he had a show in Amsterdam. So I texted Tom. I'm like, I had a friend meeting me in Amsterdam, and I said, I want it to be a fun time. And I was going to stay an extra day. So I'm like, what do I do here in Amsterdam? And he recommended a couple places. We were already in a good hotel. He recommended a canal ride, a boat ride.
Did you go on it?
I did.
You went on a canal ride?
A 1-hour private canal ride I paid for around the canals of Amsterdam.
That sounds fun.
It was awesome.
Is it?
It was great.
Especially do it with a chick? Hell yeah.
And we did that, and then we...
It's like going on the Chicago boat tour, isn't it?
Sure. You do that with someone when you're in a place you've never been to. And we walked around a lot. There's a lot of walking. She went in, and again, Yoshi's there, the promoter's there. And, we went into like one of those coffee places where they smoke pot. That made me a little uncomfortable just because the smell of it. Like, I still like the smell of pot. I'm not an idiot. I mean, it still smells good.
It would have been so funny if you came back from your trip back on everything because you started smoking weed over there.
Yeah, no, I
Like,
got out of there pretty
it's
quick.
legal over here. Oh, it's just part of the culture. Like, let's just have just a little bit, no problem.
You do think that for a minute.
Yeah.
But then I was like, no, we sat outside. She smoked outside. And it was kind of cool. But again, because it's legal in so many places here, it's not as big a deal anymore. And we also went to this, Tom recommended, I've never done this before, but he recommended a Michelin 2-star restaurant. I've never gotten a place like that before. But it was like one of those ones where you walk in and like, what is this? Oh, this is jellyfish logs, or whatever. It's fucking, again, probably the finest dining experience I've ever had.
Was the food actually like the
Incredible.
Good? It tasted good?
Incredibly good. I forget the name of the place. I would plug it. It's in Amsterdam. And we got, he recommended all these cool little places. And we, you take the tram and you walk around. And the tram, that's where I thought it was like being on a toy set.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't feel like real life. Because, it's just so much fun being in this little miniature train set going around, looking at all the people walking.
Like Disney.
It was like being in Disney.
Yeah, you should go to World Showcase.
I've already
exactly,
been there, done that.
You don't have to show your passport there either. You just go from country to country.
Wait, what was the name of the restaurant? I don't remember the name of the restaurant, but again, it was one of those places where you don't order. You order one of two options.
Oh, and then the chef comes out and like brings you a bunch of stuff?
A palate cleanser.
Right.
And I ate everything. I ate the bread. I'm like, if I'm in a Michelin 2-star restaurant, which I may never do again, I'm going to eat everything, including the dessert. I should have got the chocolate, but I got the strawberry in an attempt to be healthy, but it was just strawberry. It was fucking...
Strawberry sorbet?
It was, yeah, I should have went with chocolate. Whatever. It was one of the finest dining experiences I've ever had. The whole thing was fucking phenomenal.
What was your main course?
You get more food than you think. We did the 4 courses, not the 8, because I didn't want caviar. You start off with some like little treats and then a palate cleanser of whatever the fucking water was that he made. It didn't sound like it was going to be good, but you drank it and it was like, this water is great. Whatever it was, it had seaweed, whatever the fuck he put in it.
I see.
They just tell you.
Infused with something?
There you go.
Yeah.
And I forget what else I had. I know I had some kind of I had a fish weird combination. Oh, then you do it around the world and they tell a little story. This is from my travels around the world. And
like a J. Peterman catalog?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Wait, what was the name of the restaurant? I wanted it began with a fucking P or something.
Pizza Hut.
No, Travis,
Pizza
no.
Hut's the best.
Hold on a second.
You get all kinds of toppings. Sometimes it's like, oh, today I'm in Hawaii. I'll take
stuffed crust.
ham and pineapple. Yeah.
Wait a minute. I'll tell you the name of the place. Because we had a Michelin. Wait, what is it? Oh, no, not Bridges. I got it here in my friend's tweet. I'm looking at it. Sam Hood. SAMHOUD. Sam Hood. Whatever. Sam Hood Places. And, you go.
Sam who'd blow a guy to get a morning show?
Boo. And we went there and had a... See if you can find the menu. They have the menu. The menu is fucking amazing.
That's Sam Hood?
Yeah.
Oh. Do you think they'd have anything I could eat?
No, I thought of you when I was there.
Oh, I'd struggle, I think.
Yeah, but
I'd pick at the food. I would insult the chef.
But the food was so good. When you're eating something like that, like when you know that this guy just knows what the fuck... Sam, Houd places in Amsterdam. You didn't fuck with any of it. I didn't even question what was in it. Because I'm like, this guy is a master chef. Like, whatever he makes is going... Yeah, that's it right there. Whatever he makes is going to be fucking incredible. So, and it was. I just... Is there a... Do they have the restaurant? I'll show you the menu I ate. Yeah, that's what I had. The passion fruit yogurt, salmon eggs.
So you had the
foamed waffle, tuna soy, the oriented vegetables, shrimp, coconut, papaya, Phuket. That was the thing. Oh my God, he made the perfect egg. There's an egg.
I'd be so pissed at the guy who suggested this to me.
Dude,
there's nothing here for me.
I understand.
I'd ask the chef, can you do like plain chicken with no sauce on it? Can I get it without the...
Dude, I forgot about the perfect egg. And none of this is stuff that I would normally eat either. The first one, inspired by my travels, Cartagena, Cotil, and Phuket. There's 3 little appetizers that you get, and they were amazing. And then the perfect egg. He brings out an egg. It's gold. In the egg is like ginger, nutmeg, and sea urchin. And it sounds like the worst abortion ever. It sounds terrible.
Yeah.
You dip your spoon all the way into the bottom of the egg to get all the flavor. It was fucking incredible. Like, look, as much as I hate these Aspergery chefs that just yell at everyone, these cocksuckers, I don't know how anybody thinks of this stuff.
They make magic with flavors.
People walk up to comedians, where do you come up with your ideas? Like, that's what I wanted to say to this fucking dumb chef. Where did you come up with I didn't eat goose liver. I don't want goose liver.
No.
But I go down a little bit.
It comes with hibiscus, though.
Oh, my, whatever it was. I had the turbot, radish, the whole thing.
You know what I would do with all these dishes?
You'd eat them.
I would mash them up on my plate so it looked like I might have eaten something so you couldn't really tell. And then I would pass the plates back, wait for a couple hours, and then hope there was like a drive-through
I had
on the way home.
I had the duck.
Yeah.
My friend had the sweetbread on hay.
Hey.
Hay is just how it's sweetbread is like chicken livers or something. Dude, it was incredible. I know, I get it. I understand. Believe me, I understand the revulsion.
See, that's what they say too. They're like, they make those chicken nuggets out of chicken livers. It's not even real chicken meat. But you go to you put it on hay, and apparently you get 2 stars for it.
It's the finest dining experience. I couldn't believe how fucking. Everything this guy served was good. Believe me, I wanted to shit on it. I'm like, there's no way this will be as good as it's going to be.
Right.
Look at the perfect egg. Fuck me. That perfect egg was so good.
That's not an egg.
That's not the perfect egg. That's something else.
That's like
egg and cereal.
No.
Some kind of.
Find there, right there.
There?
No.
There. That's an egg.
That looks like that's the perfect egg. It's got like all kinds of little stuff in it. Dude, it was so good. The perfect egg was awesome.
Little treasures inside.
Perfect egg ruled. I'm excited. I love the perfect egg.
Were you sad to leave Europe?
Oh my God, the waffle.
That looks good.
What is that?
Dude, the waffle, it was like one of the treats that they give you. They just, all this weird
like
order. The bread, the bread.
I'd ask for like 5 of those.
It's like flaky, it's very, very thin, flaky layers of what I guess is waffle with what looks like powdered sugar on top, and then a couple layers of some kind of creme.
Looks like s'mores.
In the middle. Yeah, it looks a little like s'mores, and then maybe, what are those, like peaches on the inside there?
It would, whatever. Yeah, I didn't even ask. They tell you, but it doesn't register.
And it's disrespectful probably to be like, "What is this? Oh no, I don't like this."
I
Can
asked
you
a
do
couple
this?
questions, and they tell you, but the food was so fucking. It just none of it mattered, and it wasn't even that crazy.
You should have, as if you could just bring it home and do it yourself. Could I get the recipe for this?
They ask you. There's the large menu and the small menu. We get the small menu, which is like 140 euros, like $150 a person. So it's not.
It's not crazy.
No, my friend had like 2 glasses of champagne. It was like 320 euros. It wasn't like, it was more than you'd normally spend on a meal, but it wasn't like something you're like, oh my God.
It wasn't like New York Michelin chef like.
How many people go out like for an anniversary dinner or whatever and you spend $200-300 on a meal? It's not crazy to do when you're on vacation. And it was, I don't know, I'm just babbling, but I fucking.
Because you love the perfect egg so much.
I love the, wait, somebody wants to comment on sweet bread. Anita, yeah, what do you want to talk about sweet bread? Go on now.
Okay, well, sweetbread is the thalamus gland. I'm not sure what the animal is.
That's right.
And,
Thalamus?
they can be good. I've had them at
Growth
the
hormone.
Opera House back in the 80s. But if you can separate yourself from knowing what it is you're eating, it can be a very pleasurable experience eating over in Europe.
Is it the growth hormone?
The US.
Is it like where the growth
It's
where the growth hormone is made or some shit?
That might be actually the pituitary gland. Not that I'm a doctor or anything, but I
don't remember.
My body part.
Was it chewy?
That was she got that. I didn't get that. That was my name. I got duck.
No, it's not chewy, but it's got
That's chewy.
It's like,
that is chewy.
like I've had goose liver years ago in France.
That's silly.
And it was kind of, first of all, what they do to the poor goose to get them.
That's why when I order goose liver, I just throw it out. I love thinking that I can just order it and then waste it. No, I didn't get the goose liver.
Although I do like a good chopped liver, on bread.
All right, we're digressing.
Yeah, this has gotten way too much.
Thank you very much, Anita. I appreciate it. Okay.
You're welcome.
Take
no
care.
problem. Bye-bye.
So we're talking about the fucking Holocaust, and she goes into a liverwurst discussion. I tried to go to the Anne Frank house in Amsterdam. I wanted to go to that museum.
Just to leave a cool message in the guest book?
Yeah, like something, inspired by my president.
To all the Norton heads.
I didn't go.
Exclamation marks.
We drove by it. Pardon me. The canal boat took us by it, but it was sold out until June.
Wow.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, it's June now.
No, but it was
It's not that bad.
I think it's until into June. It just wasn't available.
So that's till like next week.
Yeah.
Were you sad to leave Europe?
Yes, but I missed.
Or were you ready to go?
I was ready to get home.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gone for over a week. You know, there's so much crazy shit happening here.
Oh.
That might have happened once I came back. The Kathy Griffin thing, which we haven't talked about, obviously. I think the Manchester attack happened when I was over there. But
Not when but you weren't in England.
No, just
Right.
in Europe.
Yeah,
I mean, and it was talked about, and people, but it wasn't.
No, Manchester was before you went.
Was it really?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Oh yeah, it definitely was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause you
we
were
on the
saying
air.
Ariana
Oh, you know
Grande.
what? You're correct. I'm remembering it wrong. I thought I was saying tough targets, whatever. So no attack. I guess it was just on high alert or whatever. But it didn't feel like it was anything.
They took a week break because you were there.
Yeah,
Right.
they did. It was almost like when Pele went to a country, they just stopped their civil war to honor him.
Yeah.
Me being there was Tet. You're right. That did happen before I left.
And then after you came back to America, the terrorists came back. So
They did. Once I left, that took the brief hiatus of laughter they had.
So what day did you get back to America?
I came back on Friday morning.
Oh.
I was going to stay an extra day or two, more than that. But I'm like, no, let me get back. I wanted to adjust to my sleep because it's a 6-hour difference there. It's 6 hours later there. So you leave at like 11:30, 9:15 in the morning, and you get home at 11:30 in the morning. It was great.
Yeah, it's weird because you were back in your bed by Friday night.
Yeah, I was.
I guess since this just naturally came, I wasn't even going to bring this up on the air.
Oh,
I don't know. Did anybody else get this text that I got?
no, I was just sharing it with you.
Oh, okay. Do you guys want? Yeah, I mean, this is it naturally came up in conversation. It's just weird because last night I was doing the WWE kickoff show that I was doing in Baltimore, and I turned my phone on airplane mode while I'm doing it as to not be disturbed.
Sure, to be professional.
Yeah, but they do a match on the kickoff show, and while the match is happening,
Sure.
we're not doing anything. So I generally turn my phone off airplane mode just to see if I got any texts and whatever, and then turn it back on by the time we go back on the air.
Yeah.
So I turned my phone off airplane mode. The match is happening, and my texts start coming in, and I got a text that said, that said, I had a little accident in my bed on Friday night. I'm not sure we should mention that on the air.
Yeah, I just figured you wanted to know.
And I had to share it with the people that I was doing the pre-show with.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't send you this. I'm glad I didn't send you the photo
Oh my God, that's not a little
of my accident in the bed.
That's a big accident.
Yeah, I made a piddle in my bed on Friday night.
Sam, is it more or less than in Big Daddy when he wet the bed?
Oh, it's way more. You're gonna need
No.
you're gonna need at least a full Sunday Times to cover it up.
Can you see it?
Like, it's a big puddle.
No, but I went right back to sleep. You say I put the towel down. I
my
went right
God.
back to sleep.
So
What are you, Dolly Parton?
there's a big yellow puddle on Jim's sheets, and then the next photo is a full shower towel.
No. It was a smaller towel to cover my piddle.
Just put over the
Right back
puddle
to sleep.
and then back to sleep. It really was like Big Daddy, except where it just covers the piss in newspaper, and then you hear the kid crinkling on newspaper trying to go back to sleep.
Here's what I think happened.
Except in Big Daddy, it's like a 5-year-old.
Here's what I think happened.
Tell
It
me.
might have been my apnea because
You made pee-pee from apnea?
yeah, I think I did because I woke up. I was on my back, pissing onto my stomach inside like a baby.
Well, you woke up in the middle of the piss?
Yeah, that's how I realized I was pissing. And then I stopped and went to the bathroom and finished. And I realized since I was on my back that I was probably not breathing and my body was waking me up.
I know,
That
your
happened.
body's just sitting there going, how are we going to wake him up?
Yeah,
we're
piss
not
on him.
breathing. Oh, get the piss out of him. Piss all over his
He likes
legs.
this.
Yeah.
Were you erect?
No, I was dreaming of pissing and laying on my back and woke up and my dreams came true.
So do you think was it the feeling of the warm piss on your thighs that woke you up?
On my side. I had a weird dream. I was dozing off.
Right.
I fell asleep at first. And I dreamt that American eagles were ripping my skull.
Oh,
I dreamt
sure.
that bald American eagles
Sure.
were grabbing my skull with their claws and pulling pieces of my skull out.
Just as
It's true.
Just as you're dozing off.
As I was dozing off.
Right.
That's what I was dreaming.
Sure.
I've had the same dream.
Yeah. That's one of those recurring stress dreams that everybody has.
And then I woke up to urine on myself hours later.
Sometimes you're like, oh, I dreamt that I forgot my keys at home. And sometimes you're like, oh, there's bald eagles picking at my skull.
Yeah, I don't know what it meant. Maybe I was happy to be back in the U.S. of A.
That's right.
Maybe that's what his Uncle Sam was picking at my brain while I was gone. Maybe that's what was going on.
So you fall asleep, and then you wake up because there's warm on you.
Yep.
And you realize. So
I woke up and just knew I was urinating on myself. I immediately thought of the radio show and kind of laughed and just went and pissed in the thing, wiped myself off with a towel.
is there a panic where you go like?
No, I didn't care.
You
I
didn't
didn't
like
give a
wake up
fuck.
like, oh my God, piss, let me hold it in? Like,
Oh, I stopped.
yeah, but it wasn't a panic stop. It was just like, oh,
Oh, piss. Oh, stop.
I should stop pissing.
Get up and piss.
Oh.
Get up and piss. And then just go wipe yourself off.
Right.
I toweled myself off. I went down with my towel. Dab. Put the towel down. I didn't even soak it up. I just threw the towel down and went to bed.
Back to sleep. You
Right
didn't.
back. I didn't give a fuck.
Right.
You wouldn't just go sleep on the couch instead? Like, I don't want to sleep in that piss puddle.
No, I
Right.
didn't have a towel down. And my bed's big.
Right. Silly,
Plus, why would I sleep on the
silly
couch and risk pissing there?
Yeah,
I don't want to piss on my sofa.
I tend to piss the bed, so let me just sleep on the piss furniture.
I remember I had a person that would come over to my house once in a while and they'd piss in my mouth. And I said, they would do it on the sofa. I would lay a towel down on the sofa. But once I got my new sofa, I'm like, no more of this.
No more shenanigans with
Yeah,
you.
that was a weird one. I just woke up.
What'd
in
you
my
do
own
with
room.
that sofa?
I just got rid of it.
Donated it.
I got rid of it.
You didn't just flip the cushion and give it to someone else?
I would have. Whoever wanted it.
That's amazing, though. So, like,
Go sleep on your Yogi Bo.
I threw that out. I threw the Yogi Bo out. I did some real cleaning.
of course you did.
Yeah.
Because you got swindled into buying it.
Yeah, I wanted to buy it and I was happy I bought it, but I didn't use it.
They tricked you into buying
They
it.
did.
Yeah, they did.
And I just didn't. My Yogi Bo never got used.
You didn't even get to give it one good pissing on?
No,
Oh.
I took a great photo on it.
You did. That's true. But you also sleep in the nude.
Yeah, I do.
Which makes me. I would be
You bet
very.
I do.
I would be very concerned that if I just pissed all over myself and the bed, and then I went to the bathroom, right, finished the piss, just draped a towel over the bed, I wouldn't want to get back under my sheets in the nude because I feel like you're just at the highest possible risk to just piss all over yourself again.
I wouldn't care. Then I would have just wiped it off again.
So if you,
There's nothing else you can do. What else am I going to do?
if you had woken up and you were pissing
I would have just
for a
went and
second
finished.
time, you would have just wiped it down, gone to the bathroom, pissed, put another towel down in that spot.
Yeah,
and-
I went to the gym after that. That meant I got a great sleep. I got a really good sleep. That was Friday night into Saturday morning. I went to the
Right.
gym. I didn't work out all of Europe. I worked out once because the travel was so crazy.
Do you change your sheets though before you went to the gym?
No,
Oh, gross.
no, not at all. I've just been eating like a pig.
You weren't concerned that it was just going to, like, seep into the mattress?
Who cares? Give a fuck.
Everyone.
Yeah, adults.
I don't
Anyone who
give a
doesn't
fuck.
want piss all over their bed.
I could care less.
Are they still on your bed?
Yes.
What?
Sheets?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Yes.
You've washed them since.
No. My housekeeper comes on Tuesdays. They'll be washed tomorrow.
That's not true.
100% true.
I can't possibly
I
believe
refuse
that.
to believe
I
that.
have like one set of sheets that I use.
Why
and-
wouldn't you change the sheets?
For what? To what?
To clean
clean
sheets.
They're dry. Once they're dry, the piss is gone.
No, it's not. It's still there.
Oh yeah? Is it?
That is
I'll
the-
check when I get home.
That is the physics lessons from a fourth grader. No, it's dried, so it's gone now.
I honestly didn't even occur to me to change the sheets.
I don't believe you.
I swear to God.
There's no. But that was Friday.
I would tell
it's
you.
Monday.
Yeah, good. The housekeeper's here tomorrow. One more night.
You should have texted me then last night and been like, by the way, I'm still sleeping on my piss sheets.
I didn't even think of it. It didn't even occur to me.
It doesn't even.
Who cares? A little piss.
It doesn't even like you don't stop to think like, oh, let me not. Even though it's dry. I'm
If I
not gonna,
shit the bed, I would have. Believe me, then I would change.
Oh,
I can't
believe
wait.
me.
That's going to happen.
Of course it is.
then I'll change the sheets.
But you wouldn't like. You don't think to yourself now. Like if you go to bed tonight, even though it's dried and everything, you don't think to yourself like, oh, let me make sure I don't roll over onto that side.
I
'cause
could
that's-
care less.
That's
No,
the
as long as
piss
it's under my
side.
pillow. My pillow would be a problem.
Oh, that's gross, man.
No, it was all right.
You gotta change
not
the
all right.
sheets after you wet the bed.
Ah, well, that's what they say.
Yeah, old wives' tale, is it?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Oh.
And so we'll come back to crazy shit happening. Crazy fucking. That's what I come home to. America's fucking.
Wet in
boy,
the bed.
Oh my God, the whole thing is, you know.
Well, I was bummed out at first because I said we were off the air when the Kathy Griffin thing happened.
Sure.
I was like, oh, I wish we'd been on the air when she put out this photo shoot holding, the fake Trump
Severed head.
severed
yeah.
head because obviously I've never Who would have thought that Kathy Griffin really would be the person that brought